Yeah, it is interesting. I've never been here before. It's obviously pretty close to my house. It's not so far away from Dublin, but I tend to, most of the golf courses I've played tended to be the ones I played in competitions as an amateur or competitions as a pro. And besides the Open Championship, there's nothing else on the rota here, so I haven't managed to play here yet. I'm looking forward to it, and actually I knew it was from watching it on TV, I knew it was a great course from what people have told me, and certainly I've seen a few holes out there, and I really like what I see, and particularly looking forward to coming back and defending my Open Championship here. As you can see when you're out there, it's in pristine condition. It's actually looking very green at the moment. I'm sure by the time, I'm sure they're hoping by the time the Open comes around, it's actually a little bit more rubbish, believe it or not. I'm sure it looks very manicured out there and very pristine. So I'm looking forward to playing the tournament. As I said, whenever you come to play in a championship, it's always set up as the best it possibly can be, and certainly at this stage, it's looking like that out there. What the idea of being here 2 months in advance is, I play the course today, and I'll see one or two shots that come up a lot on this golf course, say, and I'll work on those for the next 2 months so that I'm ready when it comes around to the Open, rather than coming here on the Monday and saying, well, you got to practice. Like, first and foremost, certainly the holes I've seen, the greens are elevated. You're going to get a lot of chip and runs from rough across fairway onto the green. So whereas if I was at home and hadn't looked at it, I might practice my chip and runs from tight lies, but actually in fact it looks like you'd be practicing your chip and runs from soft, fluffy, rough. The more you play a golf course, definitely the more familiar you get with it. But I think the main thing I can learn is just looking at the golf course and seeing what shots are going to be. I would have watched it 4 days in a row on television, no doubt about that. And it was an Open that, I'd known people who'd come here and played it and talked about the golf course and loved the golf course. So it is one venue that certainly was of interest to me at that stage. The one that's in my control is to be ready for it, and I do believe things are on track to be ready for the Open when it comes around, and that's, if I tee it up in the Open Championship and I feel like I've done what I needed to do and got my game ready for the Open, I can ask no more myself. I can't physically turn around and say, well, I should go and win this. I don't have that control as of this, but I do have control over my own preparation, and if I get my preparation right, I can be satisfied with myself, and I know if I get my preparation right, there's a fair chance I'll be in contention, and if I'm in contention, I know I can go on and win it from there. So the stuff that I can control is what I'm focused on, and that's about getting myself ready to play, mentally and physically ready, and I do believe I'm on track to do that. That's the nice thing about winning. Each one of the Open Championship venues has its own distinct flair, and definitely, if I come back and win at Turnberry, there'll be another special reason for having won a third major or third Open Championship at here. Obviously, I don't know the golf course well enough at the moment to make that judgment, but I am looking forward to it. I was driving on the M25 yesterday, and I stopped in at a services station. And I walked straight in, and I was in a shirt and tie. I wasn't looking like a golfer, but there was a lot of heads turning. And as I said to somebody with them, there were a lot of double takes. Is it, or I think that is, and they were saying it to, you can hear people saying it, and I do have to go to the toilet like everybody else.